Hi, I'm learning in my garage. So today I'm gonna solder some resistors on this board that I have here. It's the practice board. I do have my soldering station on. I have it at 212 Celsius. The reason is because I noticed that I was going to a higher temp and it burns the solder and it burns the flux. So I drop it to 212 just to test the temperature and see what it does if it's too hot. But so far it's not too hot. It's not burning the tips. It's easier to clean. They're easier to clean. So I do have my flux. I do use Q-tips to add flux to the circuit board. But I do take my soldering gun and I melt some of the solder. This is solid, it's not liquid. I will have to buy some liquid. And I like to also do that so I can clean it. I have my rag and I just wipe off the flux and it does clean my tip. And I also use the Brillo to clean it, and it comes out pretty clean. So I do have the next step in putting this circuit board together. It is telling me I've done 6 of the steps so far. I'm on number 7, which is number 7 is going to be 35 resistors, and these are it. There's 36, but I only need 35. And they're going to be placed on 98 through 106 on the board, and 108 through 122, and 125 through 134. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll let you watch the computer screen. They're very small resistors. I'll show you here. This is the resistor. I'm still getting the hang of how to, which way to move it to go. I know it's, if I go up on the camera, it's the opposite way on the screen. If I go down on the screen, I'm supposed to go up. Or if I go right, it's left on the camera. So now I'm going to take my magnifying glass and look for the first resistor spot, that's going to be 98. So I will take my magnifying glass and look for number 98, and it's not too hard to find. Sometimes it's pretty fast. I find it pretty quick. Other times it just takes time. And I did find it. And I will show you where it's at. So it's a resistor 116. So, like I said, I'm trying to learn. That's the end of the board. So now I'm almost there. That's resistor. That's resistor. That's RP8. That's not the one I'm looking for. So I'm here. I need to go up, resistor 108. So resistor 98, it's right here. Is this spot right here. It's this spot. So I'm going to solder the first resistor 98, and it goes 98 to 106. Those are the first couple resistors I gotta solder. So I will solder my first one. I will put some flux on. I don't put too much. I just dab the Q-tips on it. And I've noticed that a little bit of flux on it does good, does the job. So I will put one of these resistors on there. I will solder this one. Just sometimes it takes me a little bit. And like I said, I'm learning how to try to keep them straight. Try to put them on the board. Went too far. Wrong side. Like I said, it's different. So that will take some time to learn. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. This is only a practice board. With time, I will get better. So if you wanna just look on the computer screen, and you'll see how I solder these. Like I said, I'm not good at it yet. I will get there eventually. It'll take some time. So I just soldered that. And to use to strain it out, I do use the solder to try to strain up, try to line it up. That's too much. It moved too much. So that's pretty good. That's pretty close. So I will solder the other side. And that's not too bad. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty good for not being professional at it. For being a beginner, I think that was good. That was close enough. Now I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol. Brush that flux off, which you can see it's a little yellow, which that's the flux. So once I clean that off, you'll see how it's shinier. I'll take my rag and wipe the alcohol off, the rubbing alcohol off of it, and you can see the results. They're not too bad. I know with time I'll get better, so I'll just keep practicing. I would like to eventually use this for other stuff, for troubleshooting control boards, maybe even repair cell phones. Pretty much anything that has a control board. Try to troubleshoot them. Try to figure out when something's wrong, when something's bad, how to unsolder. So it's gonna be an experience learning this. Eventually do my own projects, do my own things with this. So I'll do more soldering next time. Hope you had a great Sunday.